What's going on YouTube? West Hobbies RC. So today we are going to do the assembly of the MicroHeli 3-bladed head on the OMP Hobby M2. So we have our MicroHeli canopy that we're going to put on, and we have our MicroHeli 3-bladed head kit. So in the unboxing video you will see that we have 3 sets of main blades. For the first trial we are going to start with the carbon main blades, and we are going to see how these are. Very nice set of blades. Carbon looks great. They're very stiff. And then of course we have our 3-bladed head. So very simple. Looks very simple anyways. So only thing we're going to need is a 1.5 millimeter driver. So we're going to go ahead and set our blades out of the way. Set our head out of the way. We are going to move the camera closer and get started. Alright, so we're just going to go ahead here. Pop our canopy off. Set that guy aside. So first things first, of course, let's pull main blades. And then it looks like a very simple swap. So we're just gonna pull main blades and shims. We don't need these guys. We're gonna set all this stuff aside. I can clean this up later. We're gonna put our bolt back just so we don't lose our nut. Same thing with this blade. We're going to pull main blade apart here. Everything is a 1.5 millimeter driver. Put our stuff to the side. And then we need to disconnect, not assemble, but we need to disconnect our ball links on the swash plate. So we have one link there. We have one link here. Just as simple as that. And then for our swash plate here link, I just will rotate the anti-rotation bracket back a little bit. And then this one can be a little bit of a pain, but you can pop it off or use a ball driver, which are right here. So if this one is a little bit tight, you can use pliers, ball driver. We just need to pop that out. So now our swash plate links are disconnected. So now it's just as simple of one screw right here. You got one 1.5 millimeter screw here. Go ahead and pull the bolt out. Oh, didn't have it all the way unthreaded. So let's go ahead and pull this bolt. Sorry, I know my hand's in the way, but this one bolt right here. And then you lose the other nut on the other side, like I just did. Threw it across the table. So we have our old head assembly off now. We have our old bolt. Set that aside. So now we are left with main shaft and main helicopter. So now I already went through and checked. Everything is Loctited and tight. So thank you to MicroHeli for making a great product. So we are just going to simply slide our swash plate on. We are going to put in the elevator linkage, snap it into place, and then just slightly bend back on this anti-rotation bracket. Now our swash plate linkage is on. We are going to pop the aileron and pitch servo on. There's one. Here is the other one. Okay, so now all of our linkages are on. Swash plate looks great. Now we are going to take our 3-bladed head, which looks incredible. So we are going to take the bolt out of the head, which is right here. So let's take this bolt out. There is no nut on the other side. It is drilled and tapped on the back side here. So now let's just go ahead and pull this Jesus bolt out, main shaft bolt, however you want to call it. And we need to make sure that our blade grips are facing the right direction. So that is, of course, all arms facing down and blade bolt facing up. Let's slide this guy down. And then it's just as simple as putting the Jesus bolt in right here. Do this where we can make room. So let's just line that up. Just like that. Let's get our bolt in, and we are going to want to put just a dab of Loctite on the bolt here. So let's just go ahead, throw a dab of Loctite on it. Okay, so we have a dab of Loctite. Let's slide this bolt through. Let's make sure, yep, we're doing it on the right side. The side with threads is thicker. Make sure we got, there we go, we got it lined up. And let's just tighten this down. We just want to snug it. Now our bolt is on, snugged up. So now we are going to go ahead and rotate our arms down and then pop them onto the balls on the swash plate. Very simple. Okay. So now we have the 3-bladed head on. So that was a very easy install. Literally took minutes as you watched me do it. It looks great. Incredible looking head. Everything fit together perfectly. So now we are going to, of course, put some blades on. So let's go ahead and pull all of our bolts and nuts off. Drop that nut there. Let's pop the bolt out the top. Switch to this blade. Pop the nut out, the bolt out the top. Drop the nut. Let's not lose it like I did on the other head. It went behind my table into the abyss. I will probably never find it. So I can mark that with all the other nuts that have gone flying everywhere. So we're going to do a blade thickness test. So we're definitely going to need a shim top and bottom. Just like the stock blades, how there's a shim on the top, a shim on the bottom. So go ahead and get your shim kit out of the bag. And we're going to need 2 shims per blade. So we're going to need a total of 6 shims. And these shims look pretty thick. So we have thick shims, which are very hard to see. And then the other bag, because it came with 2 different shim bags, are thin shims. So whatever shim you need, they included 2 different sizes. So let's see what shims we're going to need for this helicopter, or for these blades. It looks like thin shims should do it. Yeah, we need the thin one. So I'll grab the second bag here, which has got the thin shims in it. And let's go ahead and open that up real quick. We are going to need probably 2 per blade, top and bottom, or maybe just 1. Yeah, 2 per blade, 1 top, 1 bottom. Sandwich them together, just like that. And let's go ahead, get our bolt ready. And then we're gonna want to try to line this up while we insert this at the same time. Just like that. So now remember, if you're looking at the helicopter, the way it's sit, the head is going to rotate clockwise, which is this way. So we want to put our blades on, leading edge to the right, trailing edge to the left. Very important. I shouldn't have to say it, but just in case somebody doesn't know or forgets. Let's go ahead and throw this nut on. And let's set blade tightness. Maybe just a little bit tighter. Okay. So there's 1. Let's grab the next blade. Let's grab 2 small shims, or 2 thin shims. 2 thin shims that we have right here. And we're gonna, again, do the same thing. We are going to sandwich the blade here. So we're gonna put 1 shim on the top, 1 shim on the bottom, like so. As you can see, hold on 1 second. You can see just like that, 1 shim top, 1 shim bottom. And I know I just hit into you a second ago. Sorry for that. And then just kind of spin it as the bolt goes down. It can be a little bit of a pain sometimes. Sometimes you have to kind of work a little bit, but you should get it in there. There we go. Now blade number 2 is on. Let's go ahead and throw our lock nut on the bottom. Now these are lock nuts. They do have nylon inside of them. So that is what makes them a lock nut. And the blade grip is milled out for the nut, so that way you don't have to hold the bottom. Run these blades a little bit tighter. Okay. And then, last but not least, the third blade. It's right here. So same thing. Let's grab our shims. Top and bottom. Let's throw our shims on here. And And let's insert the last blade. Then we can get an overview of what this thing looks like with the 3-bladed head on it. Okay, this one shim decided it wanted to walk out on me. Nope, don't walk out. There we go. Okay. Nut on the bottom. Drop it. Got to do that a couple times. If you're not dropping the nut at least one time, you're not working on it. It can be a pain. Okay, now let's tighten it to match the other blades, and 3-blade head install is completed. So now let's go ahead and throw our canopy on, and let's get an overall look at this thing. So I'm going to throw the canopy on this thing and take you guys off the tripod. Canopy fits perfect, like it should. Nice. Canopy grommets fit good and tight, just like they should. Look at them. Those canopy grommets fit real nice and tight. Look at that. All right, let me take you off the tripod and let's get an overall look. All right, here it is. Just take a look at this beautiful head. It just looks so good. But we are done with the MicroHeli 3-bladed head conversion. That carbon main blades, incredible looking blades. Very nice canopy. Everything fit together perfectly, just like it should. So now we are going to get some test flights on it, and we will see how it performs, which I am super excited about. But there you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. Like the video, subscribe. Take care. Have a great day.